Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This video is about the Divine Feminine. I'm going to add it to my playlist called Soul Connections videos, where I've also got videos about twin flames and soulmates, so please check that out if you'd like to know more about that. So back to the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine journey is a spiritual path of healing of self, but also ancestors. It's a path of self-knowledge, self-awareness and empowerment. You may have come across the term Divine Feminine in twin flame readings in particular. So basically we have the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine energies. Now it doesn't matter at all about gender, it's just the energy. And to backtrack, twin flames are the same soul split into two. So from that we have the DF-DM. So we'll shorten it to that for this video. So check out that reading about twin flames, that will give you a bit more information, as I said. But in terms of twin flames, you may feel propelled on your path after you meet your Divine Masculine. Changes may start to happen within you. Some people choose to ignore it, that's fine. But for others, it really is this spiritual path that they choose to take. So I'll give you a little bit of info about my personal story, because I am a twin flame. I've always been intuitive, but when I met my twin flame, I suddenly felt all this chaos and conflict within me because I wondered what was going on. So I started to research twin flames. I came across the term and that really made sense to me when I read about it. And then I found tarot readings online, which sort of helped me, a little bit. After watching some readings, I got my own first deck of cards. I'd never owned one in my life. And I realised my hidden spiritual gift started to emerge. So I always thank my DM for awakening that within me. I didn't really learn, to be honest. I learned from watching readers, but it was just something I seemed to have, this gift I seemed to have within me. So I answered Spirit's call to continue on my path, and I realise it's about the journey, not the destination, i.e. union. It's about union, but union of self. So kind of reaching this energy where you're just happy within with yourself, and you've achieved what you've achieved on your own. Okay? So yeah, through separation, so that often happens with twin flames. We separate and we're supposed to find union within. So here's the Divine Feminine. We're supposed to heal and learn as we go along on our path. We may encounter soulmates who teach us along the way, and it's our job to overcome what once kept us stuck. So I believe our divine masculine, when he or she comes into our life, triggers core wounds. You know, they're our mirror, basically. So, for example, abandonment is a very common one, because the divine masculine is sometimes known as the runner, and the divine feminine, the chaser. That's another term you might have heard. So the divine masculine runs and essentially ghosts us. And we're left with this overwhelming feeling of grief, and we need to heal within. But something about that abandonment wound I just want to mention is it's deep-rooted. I feel it will be something from our childhood, potentially, from our life, and, as I said at the beginning, it could be an ancestral wound. So that's why it'll often feel really painful and heavy to work through this. But as we gradually heal, it becomes less painful. So we will learn where that core wound comes from. And as I said, it's either from this lifetime or ancestral lineage. And as we go from a state of healing to being healed, we could then become a healer. This is what I try to do in my work, and this is what I believe twin flames are here to do: to raise the vibration of the universe to one of unconditional love. So, like, this is how I see divine feminines being when they're at the highest vibration. They've surrendered. Notice here, hands up, she's surrendered to the universe, to the divine, opened her heart or his heart in that vibration of unconditional love with themselves and others. So really it's like this, isn't it? It's achieving that balance within the yin and yang. So another thing about the divine feminine is, just find the card here. Yeah, these two. We've got the feminine energy, the yin, and the yang, the masculine energy. But we all have both of these within us. So the divine masculine also has both of these within them. And it's all about aligning those energies within. Then we can align with essentially our twin flame if we wish. Some people don't want this, and they choose to just continue on their spiritual path alone. That's fine. So the masculine energy is very much like the driving force, the passion that drives us forward within. Okay, the yin is the more sort of delicate, compassionate sort of energy, emotional. The divine feminine is generally more spiritually evolved as well than the divine masculine. So there's always that connection between you both, but the divine feminine will instantly know, usually, what this connection is. That's what makes it a bit more difficult, I feel. But essentially, you know, back to the divine feminine now on the journey, it's all about you, the divine feminine, and reaching that state of empowerment within yourself. So if you're starting out on your divine feminine journey, here are some things you could try to keep your vibration high and grow spiritually. You could start a spiritual routine. Okay, so one good thing would be meditation. This in particular just helps you stay in the present moment, become mindful, where you're not thinking anymore about the past, what happened, all of those thoughts flying around in your head. And at the same time, you're not thinking about the future, what's to come. Oh, when's this union gonna happen? Okay? Because that's a waiting energy, and that's also anxiety, which isn't healthy. If you're in a waiting energy, by the way, then things won't shift, because you're not moving forward on your spiritual journey. You're stuck on this one outcome, and also you're trying to control the outcome. And that's not your place to do that. That's for the universe to decide when the energies are aligned. This is really how I see the divine feminine being, in her power, moving forward on her spiritual journey, content with where she's at, love who you are. Okay, you could try some chakra healing meditation music as well. This can really help to align you. If you know you've got a particular chakra that's blocked, you could look that up, look up some music to help with that. For example, 5 to 8 hertz is very good for the heart chakra and raising your vibration. Okay, you could try positive affirmations as well to keep your vibration high. So I am statements. I am going to have a great day today is a good one. Yeah, set your intention for the day. I am happy. A gratitude journal as well is a really good daily routine to get into, where you basically just write out 10 things, I would say, each day you're grateful for. So, for example, I am very grateful for the food I eat every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you start to get into that mindset of gratitude, which is a brilliant mindset to be in, but it raises your vibration, keeps you in the present moment as well. You might even want to change your diet. This can happen for people when they start ascending, spiritually growing. You might eat lighter food. You might even become vegan or vegetarian. I'm not saying you have to, but some people do. Okay. Now, forgiveness is another one that I feel is very important. Okay, so forgiveness of self, but forgiveness obviously of others as well. Whether it's your twin flame or people from your past, probably from your childhood as well. Because again, if you're stuck in the past, in past disappointments, what happened in the past, you're not in the present moment, are you? And it won't help you to be in that energy. It doesn't mean that you have to take someone back or talk with the person. But it just means that you're clearing your energy, essentially. Just to give you an idea, something you could try is a forgiveness exercise. Take a salt bath, first of all, or a shower, salt shower if you prefer, to cleanse your energy. After that, you could light a candle if you wish, and call upon the higher self of the person you wish to forgive. And then name all the things that they did that hurt you. After that, flip it around and thank them for what it taught you. Because remember, this is all about learning. It's life lessons, that we're all going through. So for example, you might say, okay, you abandoned me and I felt really hurt and unloved. But I thank you because you taught me to love myself and increase my own self-worth and realise I need to be there for myself. Okay? It's really empowering to do this sort of exercise, okay? And it can also mend relationships. That's another thing, as I said, you don't have to go back to someone, but if it's a family member, for example, it can really help to just clear that, so that's gone from your energy. And really, I feel it's also about becoming the master of your mind. Being happy, essentially, and just being. So again, back to that meditation, it's all about being in the present moment. Not thinking, not wanting, not hoping, just being. Becoming the master of your life as well. So before this journey, you probably let life happen to you, whereas the journey will make you the person who takes back their life and manifests, co-creates. You can basically create anything as the divine feminine. Now, it doesn't just have to be, a life. For some it could be that. But it's like creating your own life, if it's not a child. Doing that on your own. Realising you're good enough to do that. Also another thing is changing old belief systems. So having a look within at those thoughts. For example, who we are, what we think we should be. And this will often change as you grow on your journey. These thoughts and old beliefs will start to change. It's about unlearning all that you know about life, essentially. So things like, you've got to get married, you've got to get this great job, good pay, got to have children, you've got to have a couple of years between you and the person. All of these ingrained beliefs that come from society. And you just think, well, does that go with your own belief system now? Do you think that's right? Because you can create your own life, be happy, work when you want, be single if you want, be in a connection if you want, have an age gap if you want, have different cultures, with back to twin flames, that is a very common one, where we're breaking down society norms. and there could be an age gap, something different, because it's all about unconditional love, showing that that doesn't matter. Okay, now another very important one I feel is shadow work. So diving deep into your subconscious, bringing out all of those low vibration thoughts, actions and feelings that have been suppressed probably for a long time. Addictions as well could be one. This was my issue. You know, I've worked through this myself as well. I had an addiction, and it takes time. Be mindful of your triggers and distractions as well, you know, so things like looking at others instead of within. Looking in that mirror is the most important thing, not what your person is doing, what everyone else is doing. Okay? This is the best way to heal yourself. Personal and ancestral karma, and raise your vibration. Okay? You could do this yourself through inner work, or maybe therapy might help some of you as well. It's up to you how you do it. You know, it's just whether you want to do it, really. That's the question. Okay, and then also connecting with your higher self, ancestors and guides, is another thing that can really help you with your personal growth. But I have to say, it's easier to do this when your vibration is light, and your mind is clear. So do everything I mentioned before for this to be fruitful. Is really what I believe. Okay, so yeah, it's all about starting that new life, really, a new you. I feel a lot of you will find that you'll make big changes on your journey as you start to do these things, as you start to realise you're enough, you feel enough within, you feel happy, you feel aligned. You know, you might move, for example, you might change jobs, you might cut people out of your life. All of the things, you know, that I've mentioned. And then maybe you will have then your milk and honey. It's up to you whether you do the work, you know, but you are blessed. And I would say union with self first of all, obviously, but union is kind of like the icing on the cake, you know. But I think that divine feminine, if you're a twin flame, in the end you realise that isn't even important, because you're enjoying the journey so much. And if you are, then you are basically doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're on your spiritual path. Some people, in terms of the connecting with ancestors and guides, this really appeals to them, and for some it's like their reason for doing this. But just be mindful that that's not the only thing there, the only goal on this journey. It will help you, yes, because I do feel divine feminines need that help, because we're more spiritually aware. So we get signs, downloads. And then, as I said, then you may wish to use your gifts to help others to heal in whatever way you decide. So I really hope this has helped, Divine Feminines. As I said, it's all about the journey. Enjoy it. Don't get stuck in waiting, longing energy, because that's not going to do you any favours at all. I'd like to leave you with this image of a Divine Feminine who is fine on her own. She's balanced all of her chakras. She's connected with Source. She's surrendered to her spiritual journey. She's in the vibration of unconditional love for herself and others. And she now uses that to help others. Her energy, when she's around others, they feel it. They feel good because she lights up the room as she walks in, because she's in this amazing energy. Okay, so that's what your goal is, I would say, essentially. Okay, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do comment, let us know if any of this resonates, anything else you'd like to add. I'm sure there might be some other things. Thank you so much for all your support as well, for your likes, comments, subscribes and donations. It really means a lot. Sending you all peace, love and light on your journeys, and I'll see you soon.